I'm gonna do a little experiment. We're live on YouTube right now.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. I just gotta check this out. Yeah, this is coming through. Because I've been editing or messing around with this OBS a little bit and trying to get something a little different going on here.
What is OBS?
It's a streaming software. Oh, there it goes. It kicked on. Sweet. But it's a streaming software that basically it allows. It's what lets you upload to YouTube and shit. But I've just added in I was messing with the interface where I got a couple pictures up there on the screen, and then there's us two talking.
Right.
Not bad.
I've got like share my YouTube videos or something like that. That's supposed to do that too.
Yeah. I never messed with anything like that. Huh.
I think it'll be a while before I start a YouTube channel.
Yeah, dude. I mean, we don't even. Dude, it's super fun, man.
There's a lot to it, huh?
Yeah, there is. There's a lot to it, and it's like a lot more than I think people realize.
Yeah. And that little drum circle thing, that was all my. That was just a couple of the instruments I had in my office. And I
so you recorded that?
On,
you recorded that today? Like
yeah,
you did that?
I recorded it up in like 10 minutes.
Where'd that,
pretty cool.
Go? Yeah, let's give that a quick little play. Check this out. Get flagged on YouTube for it. Copyrighted. The drum circle. Dude, the first thing I saw is that you spelled that with a So you did all that, you played the drums and were doing the didge and hitting that all at the same time?
Yeah, and actually I was no, it's Audacity, so you just add a track.
Oh, oh, nice, not bad, man.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I was kind of excited. I think I'll put that at the end of the next show. I did that music last week too. I mixed that on my computer, or the week before last.
Right.
It wasn't as good. I mean, it wasn't that great, but it was something. I just needed to fill space.
Yeah.
I think Darren does that too. You can kind of tell on some of his that I think he's mixed them himself.
Yeah, dude, it's one of those things where I'm not too sure with the mixing. Like, I don't even overlap my music. I did notice that in your second show that you overlap the music into your talking, and I was like, nice. I can respect that. Because yeah, dude, I don't mess around with that too much, and there's definitely other things I could be doing that I just don't even fuck around with.
I wanted to sound ideally I'd like it to sound professional, especially because that guy up in SAC, my buddy is fucking, you know what I mean? I'm sending all of these to him because he's interested in making a show. So I needed to be as professional as possible because I don't want him to just think I'm a clown.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was terrible, man.
Dude, I loved that first episode you did, man. I loved it. But yeah, the audio was rough, but dude, just the stories that dude told, that was good.
He's a trip. I'm gonna have him back on soon. I've just got to figure out the like how to record on site. So I've got the audio kind of down over the computer. Like this one came out way better than the last one. And you know what? This guy wasn't even wearing headphones.
Really?
Yeah. I should listen to it again probably.
Were you guys
Huh?
Were you guys did it over Skype?
Over Zoom.
Oh yeah, you have your own Zoom server, don't you?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think I have a professional Skype server. I've got a Pamela server. I've got like a shitload of stuff I just bought, like fucking maxed out. I wanted to make sure I had what I needed.
Just max that shit out.
They were already maxed. Sorry. Fucking construction's crazy, man. Just you're working, and then not working.
What's up with the real estate stuff, man? Anything panning out from that?
I'm just waiting for the license to come through. I talked to somebody.
But you did pass your tests and everything, right? You're certified.
Well, I have to wait for them to agree to give me the license now because I have some background issues. So they had to check all that, make sure I was up and up.
Right. Which I'm sure you had no issues.
I mean, I told them about everything.
Right.
But I have like every crime you can have, you know, like all the ones that you can have that aren't like won't necessarily deny you a license. I had those. Shit.
Dude,
I didn't have any theft, thankfully, because that's a guaranteed rejection.
Your original nickname in the chat was fucking Hardcore Garrett. Come on, you're hardcore, man. Of course.
Yeah. There wasn't enough lines on the stupid background paperwork for me. Yeah, that guy that's on my first podcast, when I was growing up, he was like our hero. That was the guy we all wanted to be when we grew up.
That's dangerous, man.
Yeah,
when you have a role model like that, definitely.
Well, yeah, my older brother went to prison at 21 for shooting somebody, like right before his 21st birthday. And then he cut somebody's throat in prison. You know, like my little brother strung out on heroin for the last 13 or 14 years. It's crazy.
Dude, that's like 13 or 14 years. He's made it that long. Like, dude, normally once you get down that path, you don't have too much time. You're either locked up or you're dead. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, and he hangs out with psychopath killer type dudes, my uncle's friends and stuff. And my little brother, if you ever met him, you wouldn't have any idea. He looks like a redneck kid. You know, he's a little overgrown, and if you look in his eyes, you can see there's something there. But he's a little pill runner. He used to make a lot of money. He was probably smoking $300 or $400 a day worth of pills at one point. Him and his girlfriend, and they were paying for it.
Smoking?
Yeah, you can smoke off. These the real ones, the old ones. You suck the coating off or spray or just peel it off. They designed them that way. They got sued for that. They had to pay like $700 million. Yeah, I want to do an episode on Purdue Pharmaceutical.
Yeah?
I was missing your audio. Sorry, were you talking?
Purdue? Purdue Pharmaceutical?
Yeah. I want to do a episode on those guys. That's who makes Oxycontin and Cinecot, the fucking laxative. You said you were addicted to opiates, right?
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. It was bad.
Isn't that funny? They make Oxycontin and a laxative. That's their two drugs that they make.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, you have to be able to, you get so backed up and constipated from that shit, man. It it'll wreck you. It'll just wreck your insides.
Sitting there for 45 minutes biting a towel on the toilet, and then it's just a marble. And it feels like it tore your whole bubble out. Like, no!
Yeah. Dude, that's why Elvis died on the toilet, man. Because he was all into the pharmaceuticals and shit, and everything that just makes you not shit. Yeah. 100%.
Is that what happened to him? Is that why he died?
I've heard. That's what I've heard. I actually just recently heard that on a podcast with Xavier Hayes. He was on Grimerica a long time ago, but he goes into like the what is that, antediluvian, like pre-flood giants and like the Book of Enoch and all that shit. Like that's, what do you think of that, man? Like I know you're pretty you're a Pentecostal, right? Like what do you think of the whole
I've got so we talk about the Book of Enoch on this latest podcast, the one I just recorded.
Yeah, for real?
But yeah, it's a synchro and a half. I think that the church kept the Book of Enoch from us on purpose because they didn't want us to be able to practice the supernatural stuff. We read the Book of Enoch. It's referenced in the New Testament 3 different times. So we were obviously supposed to be involved in this stuff to some degree. Was that wouldn't have been, because I guarantee you all the apostles were, I guarantee you Jesus was. He read that book of scripture, they quote it. So he was practicing what's in the Book of Enoch, and that's what a lot of the occultists use for one of their guides. And the Book of Ecclesiastes is actually would be completely occult if you read between the lines, because Solomon, which they use the Keys of Solomon, was also one of their main texts for the religion.
Yeah, definitely.
And the Ecclesiastes is kind of like the beginning of those Keys of Solomon, but it's all in poetry It's a trip. That's the book of Ecclesiastes is where Dave found out that he could cut Anton LaVey's silver cord and kill him because it's like encoded in there.
You should have that dude on for another one.
Oh, I am. Yeah. Actually, and he's got. Wait till you see the guys I'm going to have on because of Dave, dude. Dave's got some wild ones. You ever hear of the breatharians?
Oh yeah, really yeah, dude. What do you think about that, man? Like,
I don't know. They interview him though.
Yeah.
So I'll find out. Yeah, Dave's good friends with them.
Just breathing. So they don't eat anything. They just breathe in the sun. They eat the sun basically.
Yeah, for 90 days, right? He went 90 days or something. Like I've gone 7. I went 7 days, and I swear to God, I felt like I was dying on the 7th day. I literally felt like I was dying.
That's impressive that you even made 7. That's crazy. Like, do they drink though, or is it just like
they don't drink water either?
That doesn't make sense to me. That sounds
People
like a scam.
It's on Discovery Channel. He was on Discovery Channel, I guess. So I mean, you can watch
the dude that you're going to interview was on Discovery Channel.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah, that's the main guy, the one that all the news articles were about. That's the guy I'm going to interview.
Wow, right on.
I don't know how many more of them there is. I'm stoned. Holy shit, that's good hash.
Good. I'm happy for you.
I've had the same. I paid $40 like 2 months ago or a month and a half ago or something. Since I was working still at the time, and I still have half of it left. It's crazy. I love California.
Yeah, dude. It's have you run into any? What's up with the whole legalized now, like recreation full blown? What's going on with that?
The last weed I smoked, fucking dude walked into a store and bought it. You can just go in the store and buy it.
Wow.
Yeah, you just need an ID card. One of our...
Like, what stores? Like, just any store?
No, they're like distributors. It's it's exactly like the one that he walked into, I think, was a medicinal, and then they swapped over the day of and became a recreational medicinal shop. So he just walked into one of the, because we have them all over the place, but you have to have a card, and you go down and pay $200 and get a card. It's not like you don't actually have to have anything wrong with you. They just give them to you. So we've been doing this forever. You know, now we just don't need a card. Because with the card, they can take away your guns. Do you know that? And there's a federal precedent because it happened in Nevada.
Really?
Yeah. The guy, that was the only reason they found out that he had a medicinal marijuana card, and they showed up to his house and took all his guns away. Or wouldn't sell him a gun and then took his guns away or something like that.
Dude, that's nuts. Well, yeah, what was it that they're gonna be sending something around where you have to turn your guns in, like, if you hold a medical marijuana card or something, like dude, I have a feeling like if there ever was gonna be some sort of thing where they want to take the guns away or whatever, like, that's how it's gonna be. It's gonna be a slow, like, rollout to where they give you something that you can't, that you don't want to give up, and it's like a weigh your options, like, what's gonna be better? Do I want this or do I want the guns?
Yeah, I'm curious to see how that plays out. In Australia, they did it, and they burned a bunch of guns in the street and stuff, destroyed them all.
Right.
But the criminals didn't give up their guns. And that's Australia, dude. They have machine guns and stuff there. They're right by Hong Kong.
Hey, what's up, buddy? Hey, we're live on YouTube right now, just testing some stuff out, just so you know.
Okay.
How you doing, bud?
Good.
Yeah, you up at the camp?
I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah? Well, dude, at least your audio is coming through. You're not all laggy.
Well, I have my leg out. It's masturbation time right away, so...
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Everybody gets off work, a big... So is it nothing but dudes up there, man? There's no chicks?
there's about 4.
And they sleep with everybody.
Yeah, do they?
Yeah. Yeah, there's 4, and there's like 30 guys. No, 300 guys?
What?
That's a big number. That's a little different, yeah.
Man.
Whoa. That's a lot of penis for just 4 vaginas, dude.
Heck yeah, it is,
So
man.
this is my room. There's my box. That's it.
That's your room?
Yeah.
Failed. What is my name?
Is that a twin? Is that a twin size?
Your name tag is penis.
I forgot I did that.
It's all right.
That's who I am.
I thought it was like Sean Shameless or something, but no, it's him.
It's all right. We have no viewers anyway, so it's okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That's my bed. It's a single.
it's nice. I'm jealous.
Failed. What do you do? Are you operating for them, like driving a truck, or are you drilling or something?
I'm up driving a truck.
Driving a truck. Is that beer? You're allowed to drink beer? Oh yeah.
And you're not
My
in
buddy-
jail, bro.
My buddy, he goes to. I think he goes to Palmer. I think he goes past Palmer when he's up on the rigs in Alaska. He lives in one of those, and he makes Pruno. They just put it next to the bed and drink that.
Yeah. No, we don't drink up here. It's a dry camp.
Really?
Dry camp. Yeah.
Dry
It's all
camp?
good. Oh yeah, because everybody gets rowdy and wild and loud and.
Well, of course, and those poor 4 girls are just wrecked, probably.
Whether they like it or not, if everybody's drunk.
Oh, dude, definitely.
See a woman, you're like, whoa! They're like a 3. You're like, woman, yeah.
So how's the job, man? Like,
Yeah.
I know you did it before, but yeah, it's good.
Yeah, well, they had nothing else for me to do here today, so they sent me home at 4:30. So I come back to the camp. I settle in and I play a game of hockey on the PlayStation because you bring your amenities. And then I went down to have my steak supper for it's steak night. And I get in line and he says, "What kind would you like? Medium rare." And then my phone rings. It's an emergency job. Go to the rig. Oh shit.
Oh,
So
right
they
when
go
you're
in-
about to get your meat, bro?
I had to quickly jump in the truck, grab water, go up to the rig. Turns out there was holes in the tubing, and so they would.
Oh no, you're lagging. Everybody just booted up Pornhub at once in the camp.
Sorry, there it went, yeah.
Yeah,
That was like 17 Pornhubs all at once. That's gonna happen a lot.
Man,
Yeah.
right on.
Anyway, that's
Cool,
fun.
man. Good.
This
What's
is
up, Adam?
Number one.
Adam's lurking.
Okay.
Adam. Oh, he just changed his name. He took the DM off. No dungeon master duties tonight.
Pornhub number 2.
There it is again.
What are you guys doing anyway?
Oh man, nothing, dude. I just hanging out, and I was messing around on YouTube with this OBS, and I got some little pictures thrown up with our chat going on. You know. So I'm
We got
just,
a Brony in here.
Yeah, there he is.
So it's not streaming our pictures, just the
Oh yeah,
audio.
no, it's streaming our pictures along with
Hey guys.
hi Adam, along with a couple little graphics. Little test. That's kind of cool.
You go there a lot, Brony? Okay,
Oh, he's gone.
I remember
he's
seeing
back.
a picture of him in that exact same booth.
Oh, he's gone. Yeah, probably.
Mhm.
Chinese food.
Fuck. What a day.
Yeah. What time do you start?
6 o'clock.
6. And what time do you get off?
8:30, but I had an hour break.
So you work like 12-hour days, pretty much 11-hour days.
That's like 14.
14 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
Math.
Well, actually, I'm on call right now, so if anything happens, we're like flow lines freeze up or something, I could go back out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it's like being on a pressure truck and living right in the field.
Yeah, man, you're the guy. You're like in the military right now, basically, but without all the saluting and working out.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like the military for oil field. I like it though. I feel good. The food is good. The bed is nice. The room is clean. Like
yeah, dude. You got.
I left and I just left my bed. I get back and my floor is vacuumed and my bed's made. I'm like, aw, look at that.
Dude, room service?
Mm-hmm. Every fucking day.
Housekeeping?
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. 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 How's your day?
Wasn't bad.
They're
pretty. Yeah, dude. I've just been in a funk. I'm starting to shake it though. Like I feel better today. I think just addressing the funk and realizing that I'm just out of it is kind of bringing me out of it.
You need a change.
I need a change?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You need to come up here and work.
No, that's insane. That change does not sound appealing at all.
Man, you'll make like 15 times the money you make right now.
Dude, who cares? I don't care about that at all.
That's even with the exchange.
Yeah. That literally means nothing.
Is it the meat or is it your situation still?
Nah, man, honestly, it's just winter. Like, it's just got me down. Like, just getting good, like, you know, and the sun hasn't been out in a while, and just one of those. I don't want to sound like a bitch or something, but it's like seasonal depression or some shit.
You are sounding like a bitch.
I know, right? Like, really, there's no reason. I just don't want to do nothing when I get off work.
I thought, like, man, he hasn't been around in a while.
Nah, dude, I'm just like, because that's the thing. Like today, or like I'll get home, you know, and I'll eat dinner, and then it'll be like 6:30 my time.
All right, boys, I gotta go.
All right, see you later, man. Have a good one, Garrett. And it's like all
frozen there.
I know, right? Exactly. This dog's just going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it's like, yeah, I'll watch some TV or something until people start logging on, and then it's like not until like 9:30 before anybody starts going. And I'm just like, fuck this. And I'm already like watching TV and passed out. Been one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so that's me. I'm up here doing my thing.
Good, man. Glad you're happy.
Anything interesting happened since I've been gone?
No. There's a sweet meteor over Michigan last night. Left a little shockwave. Left like it's like, yeah, there's like a little earthquake from it.
Did it impact or did it burn up?
It burned up. But yeah, it was.
Still haven't gotten that one that just fucking.
No, dude. And then there's these. What are these? There's these conspiracy theories right now because I guess Q posted something saying keep your eye on the news in eastern Michigan, and then this happened, and they're tying it into these tungsten rods and like rail guns that they're shooting from space and blasting these rails down. Like,
oh please.
Thank you, because dude, it's like, you know.
Oh my God. That sounds. Look, I'm sorry. I can be on board with possibilities, you know, like forever. Because I really believe that to be an open-minded person means that you're able to entertain things mentally as a possibility without accepting them as total fact, right?
Yes, exactly.
Phil, that's fantastic. I love the faces. Thank you. 20 experience points. Oh, wait, we're not playing. But Dude, you rock. No, but you're right, and that I get. Does it? Do you guys get like? Do you just feel like going? Fuck you every time you hear that kind of shit that is so incredibly ridiculous. You're fairly positive it was even rejected as an episode of fucking Star Trek.
Yeah, I get that quite a bit. Where I'm just like, yeah, it would be possible, but what the fuck? Like,
but I doing there? Yeah, because there's no logical connections to make in that. It's just pure speculation and paranoia. So you're like just feeding all the ridiculous separation things. You're feeding all the fear porn crap. You know, I mean, it just turns into this really crazy thing.
Yeah, I don't know about this QAnon guy. It's just he can't predict the fucking meaning. Sorry. Yeah, my there's more Pornhub hooking out there.
Well, who?
Oh, my internet is gonna lag out every once in a while because I'm sharing it with 300 men who haven't seen a woman in a month. So.
Oh dear God, you poor man.
Yeah.
I meant for your internet too, because really, that's the thing. Like, I don't give a crap about sex or anything like that, but if my internet connection starts getting wonky, oh no. That shit freaks me right the hell out, because then I'm like, no, you don't understand. I can't talk to my friends. I can't play D&D. I can't do. No. The internet's not good. Adam is crazy.
Yeah. No. So far, so good. The internet's working. So
it seems like it's working really well.
Yeah.
Do you know? Honestly, your video's much clearer.
Really?
Yeah, actually, it is.
It's because I'm closer to the pole.
Maybe that's why. Dude, I don't know.
Dude, how many more miles north are you than where you were? Or kilometers? I'm sorry.
Quite a bit. It took me 5.5 hours to get up here.
5.5?
Yeah.
Jeez, man. So you're like pretty much Northwest Territories almost.
No, I'm.
Yeah, I think I can't grasp the size of Canada.
Here, I can screen share. Maybe we'll try that, or maybe I'm doing one too many things, but we'll try it. Google Maps. I'll show you exactly where I am. This would be fun.
Did you by chance record our after game conversation the other day?
Which one? On Monday?
Yeah.
How was I in the Zoom room till you guys logged off?
Yeah. Almost until.
Okay, because
he did eventually log off.
Okay, because I woke up at 3 a.m. and I was still recording. Here, let's actually check it out.
Because I was going to ask you if you could take off the personal conversation right after the game, and could I please have a copy of that? Because it was another one of those things where I said a bunch of stuff that I'm not going to say that same way twice.
I gotcha. No problem.
You're
all fine.
Like, crap.
Where was my last?
I didn't mean for it to happen.
Oh, you gotta love a good 7-hour recording. Let's see.
Oh my God! Seriously?
See what the last bit
I'm not gonna lie. I spend a lot of my time. It's just really just me and my mom.
Well, it could be it could be like 4 hours of dead air on here though. It's possible.
Yeah. So when I get on with you guys, it's one of the reasons a lot of times I'm just like hyper chatty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because I don't really get a lot of social interaction outside of the house besides picking up meds and grocery shopping.
Totally. Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, I go to work, but it's not the same.
Yeah. And my work is at home, so like it's weird because I'm just always at work.
Dude.
And I'm always also at home.
Fucking craving.
I crave their I crave their French fries sometimes.
The French fries.
Did you guys hear that?
Oh my God! Yeah, that was
yeah.
French fries. We talked about
ending.
Crazy things too.
That's the very last of the audio that I had. Talking about French fries. So I don't know when that And that's at 5 hours and 15 minutes. Oh, I'm sure I got some good stuff. Gotta
I
re-listen
think you
to
just
it
gotta
anyway.
find the end of the game. Because I think the only people that actually stayed in conversation were myself and Nomad and Kill. And failed for a little bit. Because I think failed, you left, and then the other three of us ended up staying and talking for a while.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Okay.
it seemed like only a while, but I'm thinking it might have been longer than, a while.
Yeah.
Dude, it
Well, I
always
have to go to
does.
sleep 'cause I have to drive up here in the morning, so yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try and see if this works.
Oh, what are you doing?
Do you see? Do you see?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're
Oh,
sharing.
dude, that's awesome.
Wow.
How do I drop a pin? Wait, this? No. Do that. How do I drop a pin? Weird. Weird. Weirdy. Okay, so do you see my map?
Yep.
Fuck, what the hell did I just do? God damn it. Okay. So I'm right here. Do you see my cursor?
Yeah.
Yeah, see where I'm pointing here? This is all the oil field that we work, and this is where I am. This is the only map that has the picture of the camp, because all the other ones are really outdated, because we're far away from everywhere.
Wow.
So I'm here, okay? And now if we zoom out, you'll see, whoops, closer. Yeah, so, well, keep on. So I'm still where my cursor is, kinda, right about here. Okay. So, and then if we zoom out some more, zoom out, still about right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I live here, and I'm up here.
Wow.
In the middle here.
Literally the middle of nowhere.
Further. Yeah, no, like look at
Fort McMurray. That was that fort that burnt, wasn't it, a couple years ago?
Yeah, so I'm pretty much parallel with them. But yeah, look at all of the nothing.
Yeah, dude, that's a lot of nothing.
Isn't that crazy? There's just nothing up here at all. It's just bush. It's all bush.
It's all bush. We were just talking about that in chats the other day, about shaving or not shaving.
Yeah, you started that.
Yeah. Well, I got in an argument with Graham. That's kind of what it was, isn't it? Man, yeah, dude, that's a lot of nothingness. Look at how much nothingness there is in Canada. Just vast land.
Here, let's see.
There's vast swaths of nothingness in America too,
I
dude.
know,
That's why I
right?
think Sasquatch could be real.
Dude, there's no way it can't be real. Look at how big that is.
Right? Look, so Alberta is like this, right? Okay.
Jesus.
And there's just nothing. All of this is just nothing.
That's crazy.
Right? Isn't
but
that crazy?
Awesome too.
Yeah.
It is awesome. You could just go here and completely be cut off from the world forever.
Yeah. Yes,
That's where I want to move to when Mom dies. That's it. I want a cabin in the middle of that place.
Boom.
Right here. Yeah. This is Iqaluit. Or Nunavut. They call it Nunavut.
That sounds very weirdly biblical.
It's actually Eskimoese or
Isn't it Inuit?
Inuit. Yeah, sorry, Inuit.
Mm-hmm.
Eskimoese? I like that better.
Well, that sounds more cool. That's like something we would say when we were all 6. which makes it by definition more fucking cool. Because when you're 6, it's not about prejudice. It's just about how you're trying to relate to the world. So I think it's perfectly okay in certain situations to make up your own words. Sometimes you just got to remember to be 6.
That is so true, man. Yes.
Dude, well, once we become grown-ups, man, we
seriously.
take life too fucking seriously, and then it starts killing us. That's what makes us age and fall apart. Fuck, we just,
Yes.
Sorry.
Look at this right here. Okay, look at this. Okay, so you see this part right here? See this right here? See that?
Yep.
You can see it from pretty high up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we go closer to it.
Oh, it's a huge snake.
Oh no, it's a river.
Anaconda.
It's a river? No, that's not what I was looking for. There's the largest beaver dam in the world is in Alberta, and it's like miles and miles and miles.
Oh, now that's crazy cool.
Just built over time, if I can remember where it was.
By beavers.
Generations of beavers.
My beaver is better than your beaver.
My God, but your beaver's an incredible engineer. What a genius.
The ingenuity of your beaver is unmatched, sir.
My God, that twat's intelligent. Sorry. Like, fuck off, dude. I love hanging out with you guys.
Oh, man.
I take life way too seriously. You guys help me remember how to laugh.
Dude, you got to. That's the only medicine in this world. Laughter. The only medicine for anything. It's the fucking cure-all.
God damn, I can't find it. What if I type it in? Largest beaver dam in the world.
She should have just stopped with largest beaver.
Largest
That
beaver, yeah,
amusing.
dude. Those camp algos probably just took you to a million different places.
Right?
All right, here it is.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm getting my mom's dinner, so I can't see yet.
Okay, here, I'll just zoom out for Graver real quick. See, it's up there, but it's close to us a little bit. So if you go in, this motherfucker is huge.
In the world. Like, they don't even, they don't care. We're just gonna say it. You find me a bigger one.
It is the biggest recorded beaver dam in the world. Because it doesn't dam up a lake anymore, it dams up the watershed of the ground. These fuckers are like genius. Dude. Yeah, we could dam up a river, but we're just gonna dam up everything.
So what's the size of that in comparison to like the Hoover Dam?
Holy shit.
So right here, you see this right here?
Yeah.
That's 50
Is it
meters.
that?
So from here to here is about 50 meters. So it's like a lot of
That's
meters.
not as long as my dick.
Fuck you, Grim Steak.
So I want everybody to hear a little story about me calling Grimsteak the other day. You know, he says he's my friend. He says he cares.
What a kilometer
I called
away.
him 7 fucking times.
And
before
I
he
answered
actually
on the
noticed the
7th
phone.
answer. So on the 7th ring, I answered.
It wasn't the 7th ring. It was the 7th time I called for more than 5 rings.
Wow.
Actually, to voicemail.
I still haven't listened to this. Dude, this is what I do. I put my phone on the charger, and then the phone just tosses off when I'm in front of the computer. So I happened to look over, and I was like, Sean's calling. And I answered, and he just starts hysterically laughing right when I answer the phone, and I had no idea why.
So let me explain that his sentence structure is a little off. He was tossing off with his phone out of the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, eh? Oh hey, boy.
This is camp life.
Oh hey. All right, I'm done with sushi. I'm showing up. I'll hang out with your shit show for a minute, and then I'm gonna play Xbox.
That's cool.
Are you home already?
No, I'm driving there. I'm like less than 2 minutes away, like a minute and 30 seconds plus the time it takes me to get my keys out.
Yeah, and then you gotta let a dozen dogs out.
A double zoom reminder.
Oh, I could double zoom it, but I just don't think you can handle that, big boy.
Probably.
Look at the post that Nomad posted. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh, with the dildo.
So how many fucking times am I gonna get kicked out of the chats today?
I don't know how many
Metallica
times
and
do you want to
dildos
get
together
kicked out.
finally. Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, you got kicked out again there, Brony?
Twice. I got kicked out twice today. Once for Indian jokes, which made sense. Then I jumped in. I didn't think anybody cared, but I did take over Darren's identity. And then I go check my phone, and suddenly I'm kicked out again. And I get back in, and I find out it was Grim Cocksteak over here.
Because Darren can't figure out how to kick you out of his own channel.
Yeah.
I know. I don't think the bot has the right elevation of privileges in the Discord, but I don't want to help fix it. No.
I think you're probably absolutely right.
It needs to be promoted up to admin status so that it can actually do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then anybody can type in the channel command, and it'll do it. So it's kind of dicey. I would let Glitch Tech fuck with it.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Should I be a passive-aggressive fuckhead and park in the girlfriend's parking spot? Ex-girlfriend's parking spot?
Of course.
You've been relegated to the rocks, bitch, so go kick him.
The rocks.
All right, I'll see you in a minute.
All right, bye. Okay.
Grim Steak, play the Metallica song.
The Metallica, dude, it's gonna get me. It'll get us kicked off YouTube.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry. Why do you want to be on YouTube though?
Because I figured out how to use some pictures. That's pretty much the only reason.
What do you mean pictures?
Just some messing with OBS, trying to learn it more. So the only way I'm gonna be able to learn it more is actually doing stuff.
What's OBS?
It's the streaming software. And James Cruz just got here.
Orbital ballistic software?
Yeah, orbital ballistic software. That's exactly what it is.
You should sell that to North Korea.
What's James doing?
It's
He's
a
like
real-
crouched. James is crouched in a room. What's going on? Yeah, I was just gonna say, man.
Do you need help?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Blink your eyes twice if you need help.
Bill, you done showing us the beaver dam? Or are you just gonna share your screen forever?
Beaver dam.
Share it forever, yeah.
Share it forever.
Yeah, I found the largest beaver in the world.
Sweet.
Winona?
Or big brown beaver.
Yeah.
Bing, bing, bing,
I found
bing,
the
bing.
most excellent vape juice ever, except it's only Canadian.
Beaver juice?
Not beaver juice, no.
Oh.
It's just maple syrup.
Echo.
It's just I vape mate, bro.
It's pure maple syrup. Fantastic. It's only Canadian though.
It's only
It is.
Canadian.
What's it called, dude? Sorry.
Echo. It's probably real fucking blurry. Echo.
Echo. Huh.
It's fogs. And
What?
can't read it.
What are you talking about?
Dude, are you channeling James right now? What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really small writing. Fuck off.
Sorry. It's glance.
Dr. Fog's
Oh,
M
it's Adam?
Series Premium.
So
It's
what?
Peppermint white
There.
chocolate.
Peppermint white chocolate. Huh.
So good. And the flavor comes out so awesome. You can just taste all of you hate it when you're like, yeah, this is a strawberry mint, and you vape it and you're like, that's not strawberry mint. What the fuck is this?
That's not strawberry. Skip this.
Fucking strawberries. I want my cigarettes to taste like strawberries and it tastes like a lime pickle juice.
Snozberry.
What are you doing right now, James? Why aren't you on the PC?
I don't feel like it.
Okay, for sure.
Fair enough.
I don't feel like it.
No, it's upstairs. And I was gonna play some. I don't know.
Nice.
I have to watch where I buy my vape juice now because there was one store in town and it had a 30 ml bottle for $30.
30 for 30?
Yeah. So I was like, okay, whatever. And then the other store that I go to normally, a 60 ml bottle for $34. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I gotta watch that shit. But I got 3 new flavors. I also have it's called Stravocado. Stravocado. It's strawberry. Oh, that's his picture, not his confused face. Pornhub. We good now?
Oh yeah, dude, we're good.
Okay. You just froze for seconds. Like,
Oh no, because I'm just reading this this article that Jerry posted on Twitter about how I guess he made up the whole story about Trump saying shithole countries. This Dick Durbin guy.
Really?
Yeah. Cause there was that was the best thing, dude. There was never any recording or anything of Trump saying shithole. and
they went.
And the media, like he caused every single anchor on TV to fucking say shithole.
The meme that somebody put down.
No.
Did you see the meme?
Which one? No.
There's one where, I think my brother sent it to me. Oh, the fan kicked in. Fuck, this camp is loud. Background noise. Maybe I can do.
Who cares?
How does that sound better?
Dude, you sound great.
Hey. No.
Hello, friends.
Hello, Nomad. Hey, I just want to say to both you guys, awesome job on the Black Budget episode. Loved it.
Oh, nice.
Dude, you guys crushed it. And
that was like last minute too. Like,
yeah, it was totally last minute.
I'm like, nothing. Okay, come on the show. Okay.
Right? I was like, okay. I've never been on the show before, but okay.
Yeah, dude, I was all like, what? Because I never read the description, so like I just fired it up, and I was like, is that Nomad? Do I hear Nomad on there? I got all excited. And then I got jealous, so I'm like, he's our podcast go-to guy. What's up?
Yeah, what are you doing?
You just need to call on me more.
But no, the meme I have, it's Trump and Putin sitting side by side and talking to each other, kind of, right? And it's just Trump says, "I bet you I could get CNN to say shithole 500 times tomorrow morning," and Putin says, "No way." And Trump says $5.
Dude, it's just
I wouldn't be surprised.
No, it was alleged. They kept saying alleged, but you're saying it allegedly happened. So why the fuck are you streaming it every 20 minutes?
Sorry, I missed what allegedly happened.
Oh, Trump said shithole countries, and
well, no, Senator Dick Durbin apparently heard him say it in a closed door meeting and then reported on it. And Dick Durbin's also a Democrat.
Did Dick Durbin now say that it was a lie?
I think so.
So if Dick Durbin said it was a lie, then he's a lying sack of shit. Why does he still have his position?
Or maybe not.
That got one Trump kicked out of office. One president kicked out of office.
Who knows, man?
Makes you wonder.
Either way, it's all fucked up. It's all
anyway.
stupid.
So yeah, so I mean, a Democratic,
for example,
a Democratic senator was saying that Trump said shit whole country is about Africa and Haiti in a closed session meeting with zero recordings and no proof of it. And the media had this story hook, line, and sinker for 2 days. And they're like, oh, look, now he's saying he didn't do it. Like, yeah, because there's no recordings of him doing it. And there's no evidence that he did say it. Like, this is the president. Even if you don't like him, respect the office that he holds and don't just report on every rumor that you hear. That's my beat. I'm done.
I don't know, man.
I would also say, how do you know to really respect that or not? How do you really know to respect that position where it could easily be just a figurehead?
Dude, it is. It's a temporary position, man. It's a temporary position. You know? Like, they only have it for 4 years.
Yeah.
So
I mean, who knows? But like, for example,
it doesn't matter.
I just want to like, I already kind of mentioned it to Grim. I had this random thought today. I thought it was like a novel thought, and it just came out of nowhere. It was like, all right, randomly, I just thought about cryptozoology, and then cryptocurrency. Is that a coincidence at all? Like, why do they both have that prefix? And then I looked up the word crypto. Yeah, to see it secret or hidden. And then either way, I'm like, there's something weird about it. And then it just started to make me think after that all of us, before even cryptos became a thing, we all agreed that paper money is false. Right?
Paper money's false?
It's a,
well,
yeah.
I mean, it's a necessary evil. Like, it's not false because it's a thing,
exactly.
but it's a mind control tactic that they have on us to keep us being indentured slaves.
I think what happened is more and more people started to become aware of that.
There we go.
And so, almost to appease the masses, in come cryptos.
Yeah,
it's legit with
to try
like,
to
the blockchain and all of that and everything, but it's still not backed by anything real. And it started to make me think it's just another fucking big ass distraction to get us away from like the point where we're trying to get to something that is actually backed by some value.
Right.
Yeah, but one could argue that it's backed by your ability to trust the system again.
Right? Exactly. Well, I mean, that's the same thing.
Because if you
trust
look at
the system again, when
the
it
block,
should...
well, no, I'm talking about the blockchain. It's completely transparent, and you can open the book and see what the biggest trader is trading in blockchains.
And it makes you wonder if, when you were alive, to see the USD come online and the stock market come online, if there had to be trust in that as well in order for it to actually
there's to be trust, but it's a completely closed system, right? We are told that
it's a Ponzi scheme.
No,
it's a fucking Ponzi scheme.
Some of them are. You have
cryptos are also closed. It's a closed system.
But no, what I'm saying is, like, you look, we're given that Bill Gates or the guy that owns Google are the richest people in the world. Bullshit. But that's what we're told, and we can't corroborate our evidence. We can't look into where
you know the richest people in the world are. Everyone that's involved in this Zoom and this group, we're the richest ones in the world.
Hell yeah! What's up, Sean? Yeah, words of wisdom right there.
We're all.
That shit I tell myself to feel better about the lowly life I live.
This is the most connected sausage party there is. It's way better than the sausage party.
It's multi-docking. And you are our hub, Grim Steak.
Yeah, but think about all that side money you're making. Come on.
God,
Yeah, I'm making side money at my sausage party.
people
How many-
pay me not to post nudes.
How many glory holes are there at that camp?
17?
17?
And failed
Nice.
fucking fighting to be in every one of them every day.
Just an animal.
I mean, you have to rotate. You can't just enjoy. Sometimes you have to give, right?
You just need to change your name to Cum Dumpster.
Do that.
What up, James?
Hey,
Hey, did you see that Tayshawn video I posted over in your or sent to your messenger?
I saw. I don't know. I saw something. I didn't watch it. I didn't have a chance to watch it. I haven't watched
You
it.
need to sit down and watch it because I really want to interview this guy because he's got all the flat Earth theory going.
They coming to Earth?
Oh my god, dude, it's so fucking precious. I'm like, dude, I'm all over it.
Is that better, Sean?
Cum dumpster?
See? Now you're finally with it.
I'm
It's
ahead of,
embracing the reality of life. I should change my name to fucking useless sack of shit.
ahead of my time.
Jesus.
Dude, Sean, have you invested in any cryptos?
Fuck no, dude. I can't even afford to pay attention. You guys are on
Yeah, right.
credit right now.
I feel like it's the next thing. It's the
Whatever.
next thing to keep people distracted.
It's all a distraction. All of it's something to keep our eyes fed and our bellies full.
Yep. Sideline after sideline. Stay off the field.
I think I need to kill people, so I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. I just want to make an appearance, and then I'm going to jump on. Is this going to become a podcast?
Just chatting.
Okay, good. So I'm going to go play some Destiny 2 on Xbox and go
Hey,
smack
if-
the fucking puss.
Enjoy.
What time am I starting tomorrow? Shoot for 7? Okay. you guys-
James,
What happened?
how's it going, dude?
Oh, bye, Sean. Love you, bud. He's already gone.
What's up, Nomad?
Yeah, no problem. That's what I'm here for. Hey,
Uh,
Dude, James,
failed
have you
taking phone
invested
calls.
in a good organic cartridge face mask yet?
Forgot about
Not
those.
yet.
Yeah, dude.
Ah, man, you need something like that.
I think that's a good idea, that for sure. I mean, there's many a times where I need that, just not just for even what I'm doing now, but I mean,
Yeah, they're going up, motherfuckers.
Plus, I like a lot of people like grin and bear that kind of shit. Like, yeah, it smells bad and like you feel like you're dying, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fine. But what if it? I don't know. What if it has some other implications to it? You know,
well, what happens
especially if
is,
you do it all the time.
yeah, exactly. Like it's not necessarily what was happening during the day. It's what happens like right now. It fucks me up more so at night
Yep.
than it does during the day.
Yep.
It looks like the cryptocurrency scare is now over. And
Yeah, okay.
they're going
Keep on
back
telling
up
yourself
again.
that.
They're going back up.
It's a drama feed.
I fucking love it, man. I just
Dude,
go
it's
in
a
there
fun
and look,
game.
like,
It-
oh,
it's funny money. It's just having fun.
It is.
If you can
I
have
have
fun
3
with it.
Litecoins. I have
Yeah,
3
dude.
Litecoins.
Dude, all your stuff that you've done is from Steam It and from your art, so go nuts, man. Have fun with it. And
It's
I
all
say,
free money.
dude-
No, I've invested $200.
Okay.
The only
Well,
question I would ask is
Just keep listening to
well,
Ren and Jerry.
I mean, I guess you maybe just answered that because you invested $200 of your own money. But like, you know, does it seem like the next, I don't know, thing
Gold
to
rush?
be into? The yeah, I don't know if
Pogs?
I'd call it gold rush.
Talking
'Cause
Pogs
gold is actually physically
or
valuable.
Beanie Babies?
Yeah, something, but that's also like almost over the top.
Like
But
trading
something like that.
cards.
It's like a good hockey card collection.
It's more
Just a
legitimate
fat
and more
stack of
real, and it
Gretzky's.
had to be.
Okay.
It's more legitimate. It's so much more
sorry?
legitimate than that. or else it wouldn't be able to catch.
I don't know what makes it go up. Like, I know China said they were going to put some impending doom regulations against cryptocurrency, and that's why it fucking tanked.
Well, yeah.
But-
also, isn't their internet is regulated, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or so we hear.
Dude, and then that BitConnect, Doc just mentioned that in the chats. BitConnect just got accused of running a Ponzi scheme. They shut down. I'm not too sure. I remember seeing something about that, but I guess it was just like was it like a Coinbase program, or like just a way to do transactions or something, or was it an actual currency? Oh, was it?
Yeah. So yeah, it seemed like they were just giving you, but the problem is, for a good cryptocurrency to work, if I have it all in my brain properly, is that they put out, let's give it a round number of 1 million coins. Okay. And then people buy into it for cheap. And then when it catches on, all right, let's say you bought it for a penny each, and there's only 1 million. Okay. And then it catches on where people want them. You're buying the coins from the people that have them. That's how it happens, right? Half of them get bought, and then half of them get bought when it comes out, because you have to have a set amount of money invested before you can make it a cryptocurrency. When it becomes a Ponzi scheme is when they say only 1 million are coming out, right? But then they're amping up the money, they're amping up the dollar amounts themselves by keeping a large portion of them. And then when it catches on, they flood the market with them. And then the money is not going from, let's say, me to Grimsteak. The money is going from me to Bittrex or Bitcoin or BitSurf or BitDime, whatever it's going to be. So then
there's probably a lot of people taking advantage of the beginnings of this system.
Yeah. So for it, like, Bitcoin worked because there's only a certain amount of Bitcoin. There'll never be more until a certain stage. And that's why it retains its value. And that's why people trade it, is because I'm buying a Bitcoin from somebody else who owns a Bitcoin, not from Bitcoin itself.
Yeah. And also, no one knows who started it as well.
Exactly. So when it becomes a Ponzi scheme is when you're buying it from Bitcoin all the time, and they're setting the price higher and higher, right? So it's not supposed to be a cash cow for the company buying it. They only have a certain amount that they save for themselves. So when the price goes up, and then they flood the market with more, and then they keep selling them to people, that's where it kind of gets iffy. Because it's supposed to be just a peer-to-peer transaction. I give money to Grim gets the money, he cashes the money. Easy.
Right? That's the way it should be. It should be trading between the people.
I'm going to buy some Bitcoin or some crypto.
I got some. It's awesome. Just ask Jerry to hook you up. You fucking make a wallet, send him some cash with PayPal, and then he buys it for you and cashes it into your account. I've done it a couple times already. It works good.
They have like these, say, like, you know how they have like online poker and like where you play with like funny money. Well, they have one with like cryptos.
Yeah.
So you can kind of learn how to like do it. I think I'm just gonna try to learn how to do it.
Well, they'll pay you out in Bitcoin too and stuff like that. So
yeah,
some of them you give them money and then they pay you out in crypto. You just have to be careful. If there is a tangible purpose for the coin, then it's definitely worth investing in.
Yeah.
Like Litecoin is trying to get into hooked up with Amazon and MasterCard. so that your MasterCard, you can buy shit with Litecoin. You'll have a Litecoin MasterCard through Amazon.
Yeah, we were talking about that last night after you left, and like, that deal keeps failing. Like, I don't think the people that are running those companies know what the fuck to do with the crypto market. It keeps failing right at the end, or for some reason.
The problem is they kind of back out because recently China had this, or no, South Korea had they were gonna regulate the market. They were gonna regulate it, and they were going to disband it or whatever else. And so everybody did a fucking fire sale, and I watched. Well, I had about $1,000 worth, and it dropped down to 650. Just the percentages. But now it's all gone up again.
Dude, it's like with anything, it's just like stocks. It's just a different kind of thing, and it's like you just have to, like say you're buying into Bitcoin to get one Bitcoin, because you can like keep building into it. It's just like say you could take money and invest it in those altcoins and make money off of that, and then just bet with house money. Don't bet with the money, so.
Yeah.
Whatever money you make, you can put into Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's like the standard, is going to probably be the standard coin for a long time, I would imagine.
If you're smart and wanted to invest in this, I'd say
set it and forget it.
Buy it on a dip.
Yeah.
You put $1,000 down on the dip, right?
Yeah.
And then she climbs up 10%. You just made $100. Take that $100 out of Bitcoin and invest in Litecoins or any other altcoin, and always have that $1,000 value of Bitcoin. And then just it goes up and it goes above the 1,000, then buy into altcoins. Do it that way. I've done that a couple times, and I have, I've gained a lot.
Right.
So my question is, at that point, are you just perpetuating a system that we were almost like on the verge of hopefully getting over or changing?
Yeah.
Except now it's only all online.
Well, you're eliminating the middleman that's making money off you, dude. That's all you're doing.
And that's a valuable pursuit.
That's the only reason that's the only way I'm looking at it, I guess, like being viable. But like,
well, here's how it works, right? So I make a transaction with my credit card. Let's say to move money. Okay. So let's say I wanted to pay James Cruz. So I take the easiest way to do it is take my credit card, tie it into PayPal, right?
Right.
So I use my credit card, put $100 in PayPal. Well, my credit card charges me for that transaction. And then from PayPal, I send it to James Cruz, and that's a $6 transaction. And then James Cruz takes it out of PayPal. That's a $6.
Yep.
Oh no, we lost him.
He lagged.
All that. There's like, am I lagging?
Yeah, we lost you after you said James Cruz takes his money out of PayPal, or takes it, and that's another $6 transaction.
James Cruz takes his money out of $6. He puts his money into his bank, 50 cents. Done, right? So there's a total of like $15 in transaction fees just to get the $100 to James Cruz. Now, James Cruz has a Bitcoin wallet. I said, James Cruz, I'm going to give you $100. Okay. Boom. James Cruz says, here's my number. I go, boom, instant. Boom, done.
Yep. Yeah.
Money in the bank.
Well, there's no time involved. Like, say you write a check. How long does that take you? Fuck, dude, that takes forever. Right?
But either way, I would say it's debt perpetuating debt. You know what I mean? Because where do all these purchases and donations come from? The US dollar.
Yeah.
You can't buy big. How can you? I mean, how can you really buy a Bitcoin without anything except for US dollar, unless you have other cryptos?
Well, yeah.
And then if like for Steemit, for example, you say you put out your work and people like it. Yeah, you have a certain amount of steemits to donate, but at some point you're gonna have to put some kind of investment into it, whether it be other cryptos, but all of it comes from the beginning from the US dollar.
I would take cryptos more seriously if there was a crypto that you could purchase with cryptos. That you just started out having a handful of cryptos with. You know what I mean?
Well, that's how they used to mine it, right? They used to mine the Bitcoin.
Hey, Ren.
Howdy, boys.
Yep.
It's just
Oh,
funny.
Ren, you just came in.
Perfect timing.
Yes.
Crypto guy.
Perfect timing.
Or what?
Yeah, definitely. I heard the fucking crypto signal.
Yeah.
Ears are burning a little bit, yeah. So we just talked
No, I
about
was just-
cryptos. And we're done now.
I was
so
just
we
on the
can-
phone with my my fucking suicidal friend who just recently had like a near-death experience and is like seeing ghosts and shit.
Oh man.
How to like handle the situation, and like it's like scaring the shit out of her, and she like called me and told me she did a bunch of like fucking weird ass brain pills that she bought off of Facebook, and like I got her to read like the ingredients list on it. It was mainly just like caffeine. I was like, well, look, you're probably gonna feel like you drank 6 cups of coffee, but you're probably gonna be okay. So I just kept talking to her until she got sleepy.
Is that what gave her the NDE?
No, I forget what she did. She did like a bunch of fucking like I don't know if it was like opiates or like what, but she like was dead for like 8 minutes or something, and had like an NDE during it. And now that she's back, she started seeing like ghosts and spirits and like stuff's been like talking to her and everything. So
Oh.
I gotta make a trip down there. She's like one of my childhood friends. I gotta make a trip down there sometime in like February and talk to her and like try to figure out how to help her
Definitely.
harness this shit.
Hey.
Absolutely. Yeah, dude, you're gonna be a good person to do that. She needs
Hopefully.
someone to help her, especially when you first come out of something like that
Yeah.
and you actually start seeing shit
Mhm.
post experience. That's next level.
Yeah, and she doesn't know anything about magic. She doesn't know anything about spirits or anything. So she just thinks it's all like demonic and wants it to go away. And I had to tell her, I was like, well, I'm sorry, but you're probably stuck with it for life because you had like a shamanic fucking experience, and you're gonna have to learn how to like live with this. And
I don't know why people I agree. Good words of wisdom. I also don't know why people insist on calling them near-death experiences. If you were dead, you were dead. You just were dead and came back. There's nothing near about that.
Yeah, you had a death experience.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
true.
you had a
That's
death
good
experience.
point.
Nothing near.
Because
Nothing to see here, bro.
I think it's called that because you don't come back from the ones that aren't near.
That's true.
Well, look, dude,
Oh.
I don't think it's necessarily near if you're gone long enough to be considered brain damaged. 8 minutes will do that. If you come back after that and you're not brain damaged from it, that's pretty spectacular. That's still not near death. That's just fucking resurrection at that point. If you've been dead long enough for your body to be damaged in any way and you come back okay, that's just resurrection. Okay, so you had a dead experience and came back.
Yeah,
I don't think it's near.
Yeah.
That's the whole journey. Well, see, I think there's some finality in the actual death experience. That
who's to say that there isn't finality for people who come back? Most people, well, maybe not, but I do know from my own experience and from talking with a lot of other people. Nobody comes back the same after that. So I really kind of believe that for a certain portion of you, there is definitely some finality.
Yeah, and I tried to explain to her, like, basically you've become immortal in the Gordon White sense. Like you have been given incontrovertible proof that there is more to you than your flesh. And it's like you in some way still have one foot still in the spirit world. And like you're gonna see things and you're gonna hear things and you're going to encounter things. One interesting thing, she
when she like apparently didn't know what the fuck was going on after it happened, had to spend a little bit of time in a psych ward, and while she was there, this
Damn it.
she said it was the Grim Reaper appeared to her, but like I asked her what it really looked like, and she was like, it was like a hooded figure, like she couldn't see his face, it was just black, and it just appeared to her, didn't say anything, it didn't do anything, it just stood there. And what was interesting about that was around the same time that this was going on, I had a dream about that same figure.
Oh, weird.
I had a dream where I was at my old high school, where we went to high school together.
Damn.
And I came across this thing, like standing back there, exactly the same, like a hooded figure, you know, black face, nothing under it. And, you know, I immediately recognized it as like a spirit or a demon or whatever. And I was like, what's your name? And what is your sigil? Like I wanted it to like identify itself. And it told me its name. I can't remember what it's, you know, what it was, because it was in a dream. So my memory's all fucked up, even though I wrote it down. But it was like something that started with like a Z, and it drew its sigil like in the stars, like as like a constellation. And like I tried to write it down in the dream, but like I couldn't remember exactly what it looked like. But you know, I tend to think that was probably the same thing that showed itself to her. You know, because it wouldn't be the first time we've had something like that happen. Like when I first met her, when I was like in 6th grade. Like one of the first kind of like weird things that happened between me and her is like we had a shared dream experience.
Oh, that's crazy.
Like, I had a dream and I told her about it because we used to talk on the phone all the time. I told her about this crazy dream I had where I was like running away with a bunch of people into like a fallout shelter kind of thing because this volcano was going to explode. And then she was like, I had the same dream. And I was like, I didn't believe her, you know, because we used to like make shit up to each other a lot too. We were very imaginative kids. And I was like, what happened in it? And she told me things that she saw in the dream that I hadn't told her. And she was right. Like she told me details of stuff. Like there was another building that she went into, and I remember that she saw me in the crowd and she like yelled my name. And I remembered in the dream, I'd heard somebody yell like my name from behind me, but I was like trying to get in this building. You know, it was like a huge rush. It was like people screaming and stuff. So I couldn't like see who it was. And she told me like that the building she was in like completely collapsed. And I remembered in my dream, like when the building I was in didn't collapse. And after everything was over, I walked outside and I saw that the other building that people had went into had collapsed. So like we were able to like compare notes and like we were in the same dream.
Wow. Sharing that dream time.
Yeah, I know. It's just weird. I mean, like,
what does that mean?
What does that mean?
Downloading from one reality to another. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what that means? It's fucking weird. And it's like, so I guess it's not surprising to me that she would encounter some sort of spirit or entity that I would have also encountered in a dream around the same time. So part of my goal in like going down there is like figuring out what that thing is. Like what's it? Because I've been sort of obsessed lately with like finding new spirits, like spirits that haven't been documented in Goetia or like spirit catalogs before, you know, like
man,
I want to discover new ones. And this seems like a new one because I didn't recognize its name as being one that I read. It wasn't one of the 72 spirits of the Goetia. So,
and what if they can't be documented? What if they don't want to be documented?
But I feel like he was like, why would he appear to us if he didn't want us to like recognize him and like document? Like, what's the point? I guess
he did tell you his name.
Yeah, he did tell me his name.
It only takes one person to influence. Or I mean, who knows? Maybe it's many people, but documentation sometimes, especially over time, can obscure truth.
Well, the way I see it, the way I see like spirits and spirit contact and stuff, and like demons and stuff, is that the name and the sigil are not like its real name or its like real symbol. It's more like its nickname and its like phone number. You know, it's like a way to establish communications rather than it like being true.
It's their screen name.
Yeah, it's their AIM name, and then there's like their ICQ number.
The ICQ, like the 15-digit number that you used to have, was terrible. Good times. Interesting.
But yeah, sorry to derail the crypto conversation. You guys were talking about mining Bitcoin.
Well, Phil started it all off
like
by
that.
saying about how the markets are raising and he's getting a boner or something's going on.
Oh yeah, the markets took a huge shit the last like couple of days. They've been going down really bad, but I mean, you know, if you got balls, big brass balls. You're just holding on like me, or just buying more shit. So, and then today, just like it always does, it's bouncing back and everything's up like 20%. So,
Damn.
Congrats to all the people who bought stuff when it was down and everything was a 20% discount. I've already flipped a couple things, just taking some quick profits here and there, and some stuff I'm just like leaving to let it grow. But like, yeah, I mean, I've done this thing before, like when everything crashes. And last time I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I got scared and sold a bunch of shit. And then that was my experience, my expensive lesson in what you don't do when this shit happens.
Yeah.
And so, this time I knew. I was like, okay, it's time to buy.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing any stock advisor gives for advice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's simple advice, but it's hard to do in practice because you get emotional. Like you see the shit going down, you're like, oh man, I gotta get out.
And your money's invested.
Yeah. And you're like, I gotta get out before it goes down further. And then sure enough, the moment you get out is the moment it starts to go back up. And then you're left. And the moment you buy when it's going up is the moment it starts going back down.
So my question is, how do you invest in Bitcoin initially? Or any crypto?
Initially, you just need to buy Bitcoin with like real money. Because most...
I rest my case.
Yeah, most cryptos trade off of BTC. Like you need BTC to trade because it's sort of like the market maker, right? Like if I want to buy like Neo or Stratus or whatever, I need to trade BTC for that. So you have to have the BTC to start.
So it's basically like the gold. That's kind of, and then like Jerry's been saying, like Litecoin's like the silver, and then he's also got a theory about who's the dude that made Litecoin?
Charlie Lee.
Charlie Lee is really the creator of Bitcoin. He just
I think Satoshi Nakamoto is probably several people. I don't think it's like one guy.
Yeah.
I think it was several people writing under a pen name. But like the Litecoin thing, I really like Litecoin. I think anybody's buying Litecoin smart. I don't have any problem with Litecoin. I just like, you can't trade Litecoin for other coins. It's not like it doesn't. There's not many things that have like a Litecoin trading pair. If you want to trade stuff, almost all of it's either Ethereum or Bitcoin. Right. Those are the only two you can trade against. So you can buy Ethereum and trade Ethereum for other coins, and you can trade Bitcoin for other coins. You can't do that with Litecoin, at least right now. Maybe in the future, maybe one day, but right now, you can't use it as a trading pair.
All lies. All lies.
Oh, what's up, Leonidas?
Right.
Hey, how's it going?
Yo.
Hey, Leo.
Yeah.
Maybe one day you'll be able to do that. But right now, I buy. Every time I get paid, I buy a little bit of Bitcoin, and I build my Bitcoin mostly not through like just buying it, but through trading altcoin pairs. Like I use that to build my Bitcoin levels. Like, yeah. And it works fairly well if you can find a method that works for you and you stick to it and you use good risk management, you know when to get out of position, when to get in, but that takes experience. And like when you start out, you don't have that experience and you get emotional and you lose a lot of shit unless you're careful. That's why I tell people, especially in the crypto markets, the strongest thing you can do is to hold. I was talking to Leonidas about this last night. Like the reason I trade is because I'm a degenerate and I like to gamble. And that's all it is. Like
it's a drama.
It is. It's fun as fuck. It's like the world's most fun, massively multiplayer online game.
Dude, and it's a total distraction at the same time.
It is.
I mean, it's based off of US dollars in its essence.
Well, you don't have to trade it back to US dollars. I mean, I could trade all my Bitcoin.
You don't have to trade it back to it, yeah, but it's based off of it. And in the end,
I wouldn't say it's based off fiat currency.
Yeah, it's not based
traded
off
in USD, but it's not based off of it.
Yeah, like I mean, I could trade all of my Bitcoin on Coinbase back to like Great British Pounds or fucking rubles or like whatever I want to trade it back to. You don't have to trade it back to US dollars.
Yeah, that's true.
Or you could have just mined them, like back when that was still an actual doable thing, like feasible.
Now, it is still possible to mine stuff. You can still be a miner, but mining Bitcoin is out of the reach.
You need a whole substation.
Yeah, like mining Bitcoin is pretty much out of the reach.
Nuke plant.
But you can still mine things, like mine coins like Monero or Zcash or other coins, or like you find a real small project that just started and you start mining it on speculation, because you can get a shitload of coins when a project first starts, and if that project actually takes off, then that makes you a lot of money. I mean, some people are really good at that. It's something I've been meaning to like look into more and like understand that aspect of it more, because I think if you're going to be involved in crypto, you need to understand all of it. Like you need to understand the mining, you need to understand the technology, and you need to understand like trading. It's a whole fucking skill set.
It's a whole new market.
Yeah.
Well,
Really.
essentially, it's peer-to-peer, decentralized trading is what it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but there's other applications of blockchain too, like uses as like database. Like there's things like Coin that offer like decentralized file storage that's like way cheaper than using like Amazon cloud storage. Like there's programs like Lisk that allow for deployment of like web-based applications using blockchain. There's a lot of uses for blockchain other than just like transferring money around.
That's something that's relatively new with all these altcoins. They're utilizing the blockchain technology. And if you get a chance, I would check out BitShares. Check out the white paper for that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll read that then.
Because it looks pretty good.
And either way, if all these things are not backed by anything that's real, just like our fiat currencies.
Yeah, man.
Fiat isn't backed by anything real either.
No, exactly.
It's just what we put value behind it, though.
It's a perpetuation.
It's just like anything. The only reason things have value is because people have agreed that something is valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And it could be a better way forward, but is it also at the same time taking like 2 steps back?
The way I see it,
possibility of a step forward?
It's the same thing that we have now. Not really, but everything can be tracked and all fraud will be eliminated because you could see every transaction. There's a log for everything. So if there was ever a time when they do away with whatever currency we have now and go on to crypto, like everything's logged.
That's true.
Everything.
Yeah.
At least it's 2 steps forward.
Well, if you essentially break down what actual fiat currency is, what the USD is all it is labor-backed currency, which means it's not backed by gold, it's backed by labor. So when you work for a company, you sign a private agreement with them to work for them in exchange for USD. And that's how you go to the grocery store and you buy your goods and services. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's what it is. It's labor-backed.
Yeah, that's
and that could be anything. I mean, if we had the apocalypse tomorrow and somebody can say, okay, bottle caps are now worth, you can trade this
Fallout.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like Fallout.
Yeah.
But I mean, see, that's the thing too, real quick, Leonidas, just to ask you, where isn't most of the cryptos based off of that in its essence?
Well, not really, because they do have like I was just talking about, like certain cryptos have actual applications, like technologies that they're building around or use cases that they're building around. So it's kind of like investing in Apple, right? Like Apple,
it's a new system.
Yeah, like Apple stock doesn't have any inherent value on its own. It has value because the company is making products that people pay money for.
Yeah, so it's no different than exchanging securities and bonds on the stock market. It's just it's crypto commodities is what you're trading.
Right, it's a different way of doing the same thing, almost.
Sort of. In some cases,
yeah.
Sort of, but it's faster, it's more secure, and it has more applications for the growth of technology that we have going on right now. Because I mean, think about it. Traditional banking, if you go and cash a check or anything, because I run a business that generates a lot of money, so when I cash checks, it takes 3 to 5 business days for that to clear. The clearinghouse, which means the bank has to call the other bank and say, okay, what's the balance on this account? And they have to, exchange negative and then one account and then positive in the next. So with this blockchain technology, basically transactions are seamless and it takes a matter of minutes to verify those transactions. And there's no middleman involved.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Ren, but this is how I feel cryptocurrency is.
It's not necessarily that it's faster and less fees and blah, blah, blah. It's that I can't go to the bank and say, let me see the account of Ren. They won't let me see that. But with blockchain, everything is open and everybody can see where everything is at all times.
Yeah, basic. Well, some coins, like Bitcoin's like that, but there are some privacy coins like Zcash or Monero that are encrypted. So like you can't exactly get that information like on the surface. But like, it keeps track of the transactions, but the blockchain itself is encrypted.
But the big expensive ones are all open and everybody can see what everybody else is doing at all times.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
And that to me is way better than just free fees, because you can actually go through and do the math and say, there's 1 million Bitcoins. That's all there is. There's the math. They're not lying, right?
Yeah, no corruption. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, so think about the applications for utilizing this technology to the public to actually manage the government. So if the government switched to this currency, this digital currency, everyone can log in and be like, okay, Mr. President Trump, what the fuck is this transaction? You know, I know you didn't go to Las Vegas for a fucking business meeting. You know, you can track that shit with the blockchain. Otherwise, what they do is they conceal their wealth through offshore accounts, or they conceal it through private membership associations, and they hide it, disguise it, layers and layers and layers of nonprofits and LLCs. I mean, that's how they hide shit.
Exactly. So with the Bitcoin or the blockchain, you can't do that.
Well, sort of. You can still do it because a lot of companies, and you're going to see a lot of companies doing this because the blockchain technology itself is so powerful, they'll have what's called private blockchains, right? So it's a blockchain that only exists inside their closed ecosystem, right? Like that's what Ripple is. That's what a lot of people don't understand about Ripple. Like Ripple is a foundation upon which financial corporations and banks can build private blockchains that only they have access to and only they can use, which totally defeats the sort of spirit of cryptocurrency.
Right, but the free market decides.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you don't have to buy into their private network either.
You don't have to buy Ripple. Yeah.
You look at how much is Ripple, a closed system. How much is Ripple going for right now?
Well, it's going for like $1.60, but there's like billions of Ripple coins. Like it's like not really comparable to Bitcoin.
Okay, it's
there's only like 11 million Bitcoin or whatever.
Right, but what's the price of a Bitcoin?
Like, $10,000 earlier today. I think it's like up to 11 again.
What's the most popular cryptocurrency right now?
Right now, it's Bitcoin.
So the
11,500.
The people are speaking, and they're staying away from the closed systems, and they're dealing with
Ripple's price has like tripled, or it went up 3,000, I think like 2,000% over the last month. It blew up, which could be just people speculating. I mean, there's not really that's the thing about a lot of crypto right now. The thing that a lot of people should be aware of if they're getting involved in this. Most cryptos are speculative in nature. A lot of these businesses, these projects don't actually have functioning products yet. Now, they're working on it, but that's something that you have to look at when you decide to invest in one of these, is to look at the project, look at the GitHub, look at the team who's involved, what the experiences are. You need to read the white paper. You need to do your research and actually know whether or not the project is feasible and has a use case. This is called fundamental analysis, right? You need to understand the fundamentals of a coin before you invest in it. That's what a lot of people invest in shit, and they have no idea what it does just based on like charts, like GeoCoin. Like GeoCoin is like a coin specifically made for people to do like geocaching. Like how many fucking people in the US do geocaching, right? It has to be less than like 10,000 people, right?
I actually did a community on that.
Yeah, and like
not very many, but
but the coin tripled in price. It's like
it's a cool concept though.
Why are people buying it? It's like what, and that's what I was going to say too before. Certain tokens and certain coins do actually have uses. That's what's cool about Steam. Steam is one of the only crypto companies and crypto assets that actually has a functioning product that's like working right now that people use. That's why I think it's like a smart thing to put a little bit in, because you can use your Steam to upvote comments. Like it has a function on the website itself. And certain other coins are similar, like BAT, basic attention token. Like, I don't think it's going to be widely adopted, but the idea is that you have these BAT tokens and you can use them to like pay advertisers who advertise like the Brave browser. It's like made by the guy who made Firefox. It's like he was working on the project, but it's basically like a browser that has like ad blocker built in. And it only serves ads based on the token or whatever. It's like a cool idea, and it actually has utilization, and the product is actually out, but it's still not complete. But the idea is that not all crypto is just bottle caps. Like some tokens do have actual utility.
Yeah, I do like the concept of the hosting, utilizing blockchain for hosting, because that's definitely a technology that would definitely help with increasing attacks and DDoS attacks on servers and stuff. Because I own a hosting company, so what I have to do is I have to set up auto scalers and all that stuff. So if I have a certain percent of traffic that comes in, it has to boot up additional machines to compensate for the traffic and so on.
Yeah, load balancers and stuff.
Right.
You probably have F5s.
So I mean, that's definitely something I would want to look into.
Yeah, look into Shift. I think Shift is a cool project. My friend Isabella, who's vastly more successful with Shift than me, she's hard in the paint in Shift. She's a big supporter. I think she's actually advising them now. And like, I think it's a cool project. They actually have the test net. The test net for like the proof of concept is actually up and running. I think it came up December 31st. So it's actually up. So you can actually like test it out now. And I don't know, it's a cool project. I think I've got a pretty good amount invested into it, and maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll go to zero. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it's something that like I think is a cool idea, and I think that has an actual application.
So how do you buy it? Like, because I have a problem where the wallet I'm using only allows me to hold a couple of cryptos and not all of the cryptos.
Yeah, generally cryptos have like their own wallet. That's part of the process that the developers work on. Like in order to buy Shift, you would need to have Bitcoin, and you would need to send that Bitcoin to an exchange like Bittrex or Binance, and then you would buy the Shift with Bitcoin.
Okay.
And
then where you hold it in the exchange, or you hold it in a wallet?
I hold my Shift in an exchange. I hold most of my stuff in the exchange, which is probably a profoundly stupid idea and something I need to figure out how to get out of.
Oh man.
Because if the exchange for some reason gets hacked or fucks up, then I'm gonna lose everything. And that's happened to people. Ren. That's what happened to Mt. Gox, several years ago.
So that's one thing that I've run into. I used to trade on Mt. Gox. I used to trade on BTCE, and those exchanges got seized by the federal government. So one word of advice is when you buy cryptocurrency is to make sure you have once you buy it, unless you're actively trading, make sure you transfer it to a private wallet. Yep. And what I do is I put it into a encrypted partition. I'm sorry. A triple encrypted file partition on my hard drive, which is like a 4 gig file. And then I place all my stuff in there and then upload it to Google Drive as a backup, I know it's always secure.
Have you looked into getting like a Ledger Nano or a Trezor?
No.
Those are
I try to stick to old school.
The Ledger Nano it's basically what you're doing, but it's a USB drive that has like, it's password protected, and it's like a wallet. It's a hardware wallet.
Well, the problem I have with that is it is a hardware, and that's a point of failure. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
For me, if I'm holding a lot of coin, which I used to have, over 1,000, I would not trust it. I would not trust holding it onto any type of physical hard disk. So I would have it on a hard disk, but I would also back it up to the cloud, but in an encrypted partition file.
Well, just remember that the coins aren't actually in your wallet. Your wallet is just your private keys and your interface to the chain. It's not, the coins aren't like in the wallet. So like if you had a Trezor, like a hardware wallet, and it breaks or something happens to it, as long as you have your private keys like written down and have like a paper backup, you can buy a new one and back it up from a paper copy.
Okay, wait. How do I get a paper copy of all my stuff?
You there's a bunch of different guides on how to do this. I haven't done it because I haven't set all this shit up yet, which I need to soon. But the way I understand it is basically you would just be copying down the private keys.
Oh, I thought you had to back up the DAT file.
Yeah.
Also, think about when you would ever need a paper copy.
Some people have had exactly
how valuable
what
would that be at that point? If you ever
some
needed...
people.
Go ahead.
Well,
Sorry.
some people only store their stuff in paper copies. I mean, that's like literally the most secure way you can store your coins in your wallet information is literally just make a paper copy of your private keys, store them in a safe deposit box.
If you're hacked, right? That would come in handy.
Well, you literally couldn't be hacked because like there wouldn't be anything for them to hack. They can't hack a piece of paper.
So wait, you would have to write it down on a piece of paper and then delete them out of the wallet. And then,
no, you wouldn't have a wallet to begin with. Yeah, you wouldn't have a wallet to begin with.
It's purely paper.
Yeah, you delete the wallet. I think it's like basically your wallet. You have to think about your wallet as this. It's called a wallet, but your coins don't actually like go into your wallet or anything. The wallet, like the coins never leave the chain. Like they never leave the ledger, right?
It's just it's showing your.
So it's just a notepad almost.
The wallet is your private keys. Like, do you guys understand public-private cryptography? That's something you might want to read up on if you're not like familiar with it. But the idea is that you have a public key that is like a public key. Okay, so you have two keys. You have a public key and you have a private key. Your public key is known to everyone. It's your unique identifier that says, like, if you have my public key, then you know you're talking to me. Okay? Now, that public key is transformed through a cryptographic exercise. You know, it's done through all these different algorithms and shit into a private key that's like mathematically linked to the public key, but like impossibly difficult to reverse engineer. Okay. But they're linked to a cryptographic function, usually like, you know, like SHA-256 or whatever. So the way it works is only I know my private key. So if you send me something, you would send it to my public key, and your public key is your address, your Bitcoin address. That's your public key. And then the public key checks it against the private key, which only I know, and it says, yes, this is me, because only I would know my private key. But the private key is the weak point, because if somebody gets access to the private key,
it still comes down to the internet.
Yeah.
Look, here's the best way. Okay.
Right?
I have never been hacked ever on any machine I've ever had.
Knock on wood.
Okay. So no, it's never going to happen. And trust me, people have tried multiple times. But the point is, if you get in cryptocurrency, do your research, do reading this stuff, learn how this stuff works. Worst case scenario, just store it in the exchange. Coinbase has been around for years, and they're very, very secure, and they're legit. All right, they are legit, and I feel safe storing my coins there. Okay, I don't have a problem.
I have one question for you, Leonidas.
What?
Can you buy cryptocurrencies without using US dollars and other cryptocurrencies?
You can use Canadian dollars.
Well, I mean,
as far as like
without other fiat currencies, I should say.
I mean, you could get paid in crypto. I mean, like,
you could buy.
That's understandable, but where does that come from?
Like, okay, so my friend Isabella works.
Yeah, it would have to come from your wallet. You would fill your wallet on Coinbase by sending it to the wallet address that's linked to your Coinbase account.
I mean, in their basis, in their basis from dollars?
So so you can get paid in crypto. Like my friend Isabella worked for a company called Lisk, who has their own coin, and part of her paycheck every month was in a certain amount of Lisk, as well as, you know, whatever money, I think like whatever money Germany uses, the euro or whatever.
Could she opt out of that and just get 100% dollars?
Probably, if she wanted to.
Okay, so all right.
Now you can also
I would say that would be indoctrination.
You can also earn crypto through mining or through staking, which is what proof of stake is based on. And that is only costing you the amount of
stake base?
Yes.
Awesome.
Steak base.
Oh, there he is. He's live now. As soon as you say steak.
I'm here. I'm buying Cruzin a steak right now.
The way staking works is you would have to already have the coin to stake it. So that wouldn't work in the way you're talking about. The only way
Yeah,
to
but
create
where did the coin come from?
the only way to create coin from nothing would be to mine it.
Do they still have the group mining, like the pools?
Oh yeah, there's still mining pools. Yeah, that pay out to the members.
I used to be a
How
part
is-
of those, but I looked into it recently. And the payout's ridiculous. It's hardly nothing.
Yeah,
you'd have to have a really good, so much hash per second.
Yeah.
To even get anything good.
Yeah, it's
Right,
basically
so that's
what you
my
contribute to the
thought.
pool.
That's my thought, is that most of it just comes from the currencies we already have, and that it's almost like there was a bunch of people that started to catch on to the truth,
Mhm.
and this is a reaction to it.
This isn't a reaction to that. This is a reaction to China saying that they were, or a member of the public People's Bank of China saying that they were thinking about banning cryptocurrency trading. That's what
They've been doing that for years. All right.
Yeah,
It's,
this is the latest. This is just the
No,
most.
it's
recent.
called the China pump and dump is what they call it. The China
Also,
pump and dump.
me saying this is cryptocurrencies in general.
Well, Nomad, I mean,
Cryptocurrencies in general are the response to people
Nomad.
catching on to the truth of fiat currencies.
No, Matt, just give in and buy some, and then you watch it grow. And then you go, okay, fuck it, I like it now.
well, Nomad, when Bitcoin first started, okay, like years ago, it didn't like start like with people buying it with US dollars. Okay, that's a relatively recent thing. Originally, the only way to earn, there was like a certain amount of Bitcoin that was created in what's called the Genesis block. This was
Yeah,
the
it
first
had to
block.
be established first.
It had to be established, so they had to generate X number of coins to start with. That's called a coin faucet. Okay, so there was originally like a certain amount of coins that were just like created to begin with.
We're losing
People-
Grim's
And then people started to exchange these to each other. And the way it works, the way Bitcoin mining, they call it mining, but what it really is a fee provided to the people who process the transaction. So anytime you make a Bitcoin transaction, a certain amount of people who are operating nodes on the blockchain have to come to a consensus that is a valid transaction, called confirmation. I think it's like 16 confirmations or something. So basically, the Bitcoin is then created to reward the people who spent computing power, electricity, and cycles on their personal computer in order to validate that transaction.
So it goes back to what the USD is. It's labor-backed currency. So essentially, your computer is computing the labor to produce a Bitcoin.
Mhm.
So that's your labor. So that's what generates the value in that coin.
So you kind of agree with me, right?
I'm not really sure what your point is, though.
I think it goes back to something basic, and it's almost like we were on the verge of overcoming it, and then I hate to say it, but I feel like for some reason cryptocurrencies are a distraction.
Well, I mean, are you talking about
On that.
overcoming like the concept of like currency and money and value in general, or?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
something
fucking
like
love
that.
you, Nomad.
Because I mean, I'm
Something
totally
like
on
that.
board with you on that, because I would love to live in a post-scarcity Star Trek world where we just have duplicators that just make
It's
whatever.
I mean,
But
probably
we're
it's a
so
step in the
far
right
away
direction,
from
but I also feel like, I mean, most of us, right? We all lived in a time pre-internet.
But we still use
And-
money then.
Yep, and we still use money then. And now, post-internet, I mean, it's just so different that
Where are my
it's...
Zennials at? We're all Zennials here.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
Right?
This
Well,
crypto.
okay, so it's possible to live without money.
I feel like
obviously-
Mhm.
it's an evolution of the same system. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it is an evolution of the concept of like currency and money in general. And I think that is a good step forward because
There has to be.
yeah, I mean, the certain paradigms are so fucked at the
Mhm.
moment that
Good
there has to
point.
be some sort of step forward. And I mean, you can live without currency. There are plenty of people who trade for what they need, they barter. But the problem is like things like barter systems don't work on like an industrial scale in the type of world we live in now. It's just you
Well, I
can't-
tell you what, the main, I know what you're trying to get at, Nomad. All right, the problem is you're talking about full title currency. So you're talking about owning your own currency. You're talking about owning it, 100%. It's yours, right? So with the USD, when you buy stuff, with USD, you're not really buying it. You're sort of leasing it because technically you don't get a manufacturer of origin with any car you buy, right? You get a certificate of title. And
I know. Yeah.
I don't want to get in too much detail on that.
I'm a primalist, dude.
Yeah. So, you know, the whole thing is owning. People want to own their own currency. They don't want it to be taxed on it. They don't want to be, you know, it's your currency. You own it.
That's why it should be backed, right? Backed by something valuable.
Well, the reason why the USD is not backed by gold is technically correct. It should be that way. It should be labor backed, because then you get into the fact that other countries can come in and buy all your gold through that currency, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
They would steal your nation's wealth through that process, and that's why they don't do it that way no more.
Yeah, there's a very good reason why we're not on a gold standard, like Leonidas is talking about.
Because we have oil.
And he's right too, in that labor is the real currency. I mean, you guys know I've never really talked to Leonidas about this much, but you know, I'm a Marxist. Like, labor is the real currency. Labor is the only thing that has actual value. Like when you go to work for a company, you're making a transaction between you and that company for your labor and your time. You know, your limited amount of time on this earth. Right. You're making a transaction between that and being paid in dollars. Like,
exactly. And to me, I'm not Marxist. I'm not anything. To me, time is the currency.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're right. That is, and that's literally a Marxist thing. Like your labor, your time, your labor, your time. That's real money. That's the real currency. Like, that's the real value. I mean, that's why things like wealth redistribution are so important to me, because the way the management class and the way the sort of like the bourgeoisie work is they extract the maximum possible value from your labor, and you don't see that value. That value is extracted from you and shoveled to the very top of the system, right? You don't receive value for your labor, and they're not doing any labor, right? They're not doing any labor, but they extract all the rewards of that labor. You know, like, and you know, I have a lot of cognitive dissonance about being so involved in like crypto markets and stuff, and also being a Marxist, but you know, honestly, too, Ingalls owned a factory.
That just goes to show you that there's something else to be seen somewhere.
Look, my
can't quite put my finger on it, but there's something.
I've been very poor. I've been homeless. I've eaten out of trash cans, and you know, baby's never going back to that. So that's mainly why I'm involved in crypto.
There you go, man.
Like you know, there's nothing wrong with like taking care of yourself, regardless of how you.
No, definitely not.
How you are, like where you are in the political spectrum. You know,
absolutely not. I would never advocate against it either.
I mean, there are a lot of people that do. I've had people.
I just think there's a better way, and I want to.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on the better way. Yeah. I mean, like you know, my ideal world is a post-scarcity world where like there literally is no concept of money because there's no scarcity. Like and there isn't any scarcity. Scarcity is a false sort of dichotomy anyway.
Right.
Like if we look at the amount of resources that are available in the universe, you know, like once we start actually going out into space, once we start mining asteroids and shit, I think we're quickly going to find that things like scarcity and value are just completely bullshit. And that's
not only that, but the amount of money like governments spend on space exploration could solve all the problems on the planet.
I mean, diamonds is
as far as homelessness and starvation. That should be stopped.
That's the thing, though. Like,
there should
it shouldn't cost us money to that's like all the money could solve all the problems. Like that's saying we already have the resources to solve all the problems. We're just need a price tag now. Like that's fucked up. Like that's just fucked up.
It shouldn't even be at that point.
Well, that's when you hear stuff about overpopulation, when you hear stuff about, you know, the world's getting overpopulated. The world is not fucking overpopulated by humans.
No, look at that vast.
You could fit every single human on Earth in one state, right, and still have room.
We were looking at Canada, a map of Canada earlier. Just that vast openness by the Northwest Territories, like that's insane.
Well, you have to consider that, you know, those are all Bigfoot territories. You can't really get into that. You have to count that into your equation there.
Yeah, we're gonna start the Great Bigfoot Civil War. I mean,
we're gonna take over all their territories, and they're gonna get mad, and they're gonna come.
Yeah,
that's actually
shit.
The motherfuckers can teleport. They're all ripped up. I mean,
no, they're gonna have grays riding on their backs.
Why are Sasquatch also fucking ripped? Because I don't see no Sasquatch gyms.
They do. Right? They got 6 packs and they're just huge packs.
What have you seen them climb? I mean, just look at Colorado. I mean, I don't know if you ever climbed a fucking mountain like Pikes Peak. I have, and it's fucking brutal. It takes 8 hours at a fast fucking pace one way.
Bigfoot probably 6 hours could clear it.
Yep.
But where are they getting the protein? Where are they getting the food?
Kids. They're stealing all the kids. The missing 4
animals.
That's where they get protein.
Okay, children.
I want to know what the big, I like watch YouTube videos like bodybuilding diets and shit. I want to know what the Bigfoot diet is because them motherfuckers are all ripped from A to Z. They're cut up. I want to know what they're doing, right? Like I want like a Bigfoot workout video.
Maybe they obtain their protein through interdimensional. Like they skip to another dimension and grab something from that dimension. They come to our dimension and grab something from our dimension.
No, dude, maybe it's like Dragon Ball Z. Maybe the other dimension is the hyperbolic time chamber.
Oh, they're just really weighted down and getting super strong.
Yeah, they're fucking. Time goes slower in there. So like they're only in there for a few minutes. They fucking worked out for years, and they get
That makes perfect sense.
Like Goku.
Hyperbolic time chamber. That's where they're going. Man, we just solved the Sasquatch mystery. Case closed.
Yeah, we did. They're training for the Budokai, man.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, honestly, today it's funny you guys mentioned that because that's what got me onto the cryptocurrency thing. Because I had this random thought: cryptozoology, cryptocurrency, coincidence. And like for a second, I was just like, "What if?" And then like just look the word crypto. What that means?
I think it has to do with
hidden.
Yeah, I think it has to do with cryptology, though.
Cryptography.
Yep.
But you probably
there's so many aspects of that, and it goes down to the word.
Yeah.
Then it goes down to the word.
Words are magic.
Yeah.
Well, that means the crypt.
There it is.
Holds the key to everything.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the crypt keeper.
No.
He's the keeper.
So we need to do a cryptid coin, and it's a coin for funding cryptozoology research.
There you go.
Boom. We're all going to be millionaires.
A crypto coin. Ooh.
All right, we need to register a domain right now for that.
Right,
Dog coin.
Get her
Bigfoot
done.
coin.
Yes, Bigfoot coin. Is BigfootCoin.com taken? Check that out.
Yeah, man, we get Lauren Coleman on board.
Nice.
That'd be great.
Like it honestly, think about this for 1 second. What if it could be, instead of cryptocurrency, what if it could be some other word currency? And that's where I approach the whole concept from.
The reason I think they called it cryptocurrency is because in order to verify a transaction across the blockchain, the computers involved do a cryptographic like operation. So it's kind of like integral to the whole.
Where did that word come from?
Crypto? It's a Greek word.
Yeah. And not only that, but like at the beginning, early ages of the internet, if you sent something to a wrong email, you got a response from a daemon.
Mm-hmm. There's a reason they call them daemons.
What's that reason?
Bad daemon.
Nailed it.
Because I mean, the idea behind the computer daemons that are running on like Linux kernel or whatever is that they are basically small programs working in the background to do things, much like how the Greeks thought the daemons were like spirits that worked in the background, sort of keep
and it's
together.
Right, and it's our human. It's the humans that decided to name it that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We named the response you get from sending an email back in the early
we
days
created
of the
everything. everything here is because of a thought and human
And
created nomad.
not only that, but the internet especially was created, I'm sure, by some of the more elite humans that knew
scientists.
what was going on. Yep, yeah, everyone connected.
Yeah, I mean, the internet was originally a DARPA project.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That's it. And therefore, cryptocurrencies are as well, in its essence.
There are.
I'm sorry.
There are people.
So
like there are
ridiculous
some
sometimes.
coins that are backed by governments. Like if you ever want to get a little shock, look at who is behind Zcash.
Cash? Is it the Rothschilds?
Zcash. Close, very close. Here, let me get the list real quick. You guys carry on. I'm gonna pull this up.
I mean, see, that's the only thing I'm saying with all
Nomad.
this stuff, and why I'm still
So
skeptical.
you're trying to bring in the philosophical viewpoint of what cryptocurrency is, right?
Basically,
You're trying to find the
I don't
big
know.
picture. What is the big picture?
That's always
what is
how
it?
I roll.
Why do we use it? Who are we? Why do we exist? Right?
boom.
It doesn't
It all
even matter
comes
what
down to that. Yeah,
We all exist to buy Bitcoin. That's why we're here.
No.
possibly.
So
We're here to buy Bigfoot's dick. That's it.
Bigfoot stick.
See,
That's
and that's why I say
we
we're
must
not here
find
to
the
do
truth.
that.
We must know. We must know.
Bigfoot stick.
Now I have heard reports of people describing the female Bigfoots, their boobs.
Well, that's the famous Patterson Giblin footage. She's
Yeah,
got
that
boobs.
too.
Patty's.
I remember some podcasts they were talking with people who have, seen them in the woods and specifically saying, yeah, it was a female because I could see the boobs, right? But we still don't know.
Either way, I would say it
Anything
doesn't
about
even
Bigfoot's
matter
penis.
if we know.
Okay,
That's
so
not the point.
Well, I think it's important that we know.
All right, let's hear it, Ren.
so Zcash was a collaboration between Skipper Lab and the Zcash company or whatever. Skipper Lab is predominantly a group of cryptographers from Israel who have connections with and have been financed by factions of the Israeli government, which were parts of like the Israeli Ministry of Science, Technology, and Space. So basically, Zcash is primarily funded and was developed by the Israeli equivalent of the NSA.
That Zoom crash was brought to you in part by Pornhub. Pornhub. Get your porn at Pornhub.
But yeah, it's one of those things where there are certain cryptos that are possibly backed by things like NSA or foreign, intelligence agencies. And I mean, just aware of that if you buy it or get
I would
involved.
say that
It all comes down to data mining.
there's going to be scams everywhere. I mean, there's going to be coins out there that pop up. They're going to be scams, and they're going to try to get your money and they're going to dump it. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be that's with anything though. So the key is to do your research, and it's a risk. Everything you do is a risk. I mean,
Isn't Ethereum part of something too? I heard Ethereum had it was created by somebody.
Well, it's created by a little gray alien named Vitalik Buterin.
Well, okay, yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the guy, but he looks like a fucking gray alien.
Gray?
Well, Phil, it's also interesting. Where'd you hear that? I wouldn't be surprised if that was some drama created because
I heard it was.
He does look like a gray. Vitalik Buterin?
Yeah, I told you he's a fucking creepy looking little guy. And the thing about Ethereum that not a lot of people realize, and something that I feel is interesting because it's never like caught up to it, is that there's actually an infinite supply of Ethereum. It's not like Bitcoin that has like a finite supply. There's actually Ethereum's like Doge. It has an infinite supply.
Doge.
I mean, unlike Doge, it actually has like a use in that you can build ERC20 tokens on the Ethereum blockchain, and that's how a lot of people do ICOs, and that's how a lot of people develop new applications for it. But I've been sort of interested in how the fact that it is by nature inflationary is going to play out in the long run. Because that's
also that it's infinite.
Yeah, because that's the thing about Bitcoin, and that's the thing about why I'm still really bullish on just like holding Bitcoin forever. It's because it's by nature deflationary because there's a finite limited supply of it. You know, what is it going to be worth when there is no more Bitcoin to mine? You know, how much is it going to be worth then?
Right.
Exactly.
And that's what I was saying. If you have the like cryptocurrencies to pay off all your debt right now, you should do it.
I have enough that I could pay off my student loans, but that would take me completely out of the market, and I don't want to just like completely take myself out.
And you have to be careful with capital gains taxes too.
Exactly. If I completely cashed out right now, I'd lose 38% of it anyway. So it's like I have to.
And
I have to be
that
smart.
right there is the signifier that it's nothing special.
Well, it's just like the stock market. It's the same thing. If you bought stuff in the stock market and you sell it before you own it for a year, you got to pay cap gains tax.
It's to me, it's the beginning of the digitalization of money.
But that's because you're a U.S. citizen. So because you're a U.S. citizen, it doesn't matter what you do. They're going to regulate it. You're going to have to pay taxes. I mean, unless you denounce your citizenship and move to a different country or live in the woods.
Well, also,
you're going to have to pay taxes on it.
Yep, that is very true.
Are broke.
But it makes a difference whether it's all digitalized.
I mean, you could probably do tax evasion. I'm sure there are plenty of people. Like last year, I think the statistic was that only like less than 1,000.
You don't even. I mean, like I was talking. Yeah, me and Ren were talking last night. You don't even have to do that. There's a difference between tax evasion and tax avoidance. Tax avoidance is the legal way. So if you want to avoid paying taxes on it, you set up companies, LLCs, and you start playing the money game. I mean, that's what you do.
Yeah,
You know,
and that's
you capitalize
that's
you capitalize
all
a
well and good
company
if you
with
want
your.
to play in the system.
Trust
Gotta
me,
play in
man.
a system or you're off the grid, man. Those are your
You're
options.
you're gonna be in the system regardless if you try to get out. All right, I've already been down this path. I went to jail when I was 19 years old. Trust me, you cannot get out of the system.
And
what you do?
Well, yeah, but my question is, with this kind of thing, is it just gonna be distractionary against the whole fiat currency?
Are you talking
In and
about
of
the
itself?
petrodollar and
It's a perpetuation of it, and it's digitalizing currency.
Well, I
That's
mean,
what it
as long
seems
as you're
like a
living
little
in the
bit.
U.S., you don't really have much of a choice. You got to use the dollar.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're gonna
man,
live
you gotta
off the
play.
land.
You gotta play the cards you're dealt. You know what I'm saying? You're born somewhere. If you're born in a shitty country, you gotta deal with that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do.
A shitbag country?
A shithole.
A shithole. Shithole country.
Yeah, I mean that changes everything. But we weren't born. I mean, the United States of America, supposedly, although it's probably a corporation called the United States. Either way,
Well,
we
I mean,
do
no,
have
no,
great freedom.
it's not a. If it is, you can look it up right now online. Go to the Secretary of Delaware, entity
I know.
search, look
I
up
know,
the United
dude.
States of America, and it pops up. It's right there.
Yeah, it's a corporation.
And you know who the registered agent is? The company. That's what it's called. The company.
The company.
And you know
And
what? Do you know who? What the code name for the company is? Central Intelligence Agency.
Oh, what?
Not a surprise.
And is it
Wow.
coincidence that the CIA was formed right around Roswell? I mean, I'm just saying.
Just saying.
Oh, it totally is.
Oh,
I mean, then when you go back from there, JPL.
Roswell
all
was a
those different
distraction from the
corporations.
CIA getting formed.
yeah.
And that's why I'm saying I think cryptos are a perpetuation of that same
I mean,
system.
you might be right. You might be right, but
Yeah.
I've got to work within that system. Like, it would be great to live outside of the system, but unfortunately, I'm within it, and I have to exist by its rules until I
just hope
have
people
the opportunity to leave.
exactly just like we've have to work with the
Well,
US dollar for
The
a
system,
while.
the system itself isn't bad. The system is good. It's the people who are in charge of the system that fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? The system
Absolutely.
is
I
there
just
to
hope
support
cryptos aren't a
us.
distraction.
But the
'Cause
main
it
problem
seems like-
is, look, the main problem is people want change, but if you want change, then you're going to have to get these 90-year-old motherfuckers that are still in Congress in the House Get them out. Vote. Vote in people who support your ideas. You know, otherwise it's gonna be the same shit.
And you got to do the work. I mean, that's the thing I've learned from like working with the DSA, the Democratic Socialists of America, is that like they do a shitload of work. Like they go out, they fucking campaign, they pass out flyers for like Medicare for all, that sort of shit. Like they do things like replace people's brake lights for free, that kind of stuff. Like you have to actually engage with your community and build relationships and actually build these movements if you want to move.
That's what it's all about.
Like goals.
Exactly.
Just like arguing about it on Twitter or on podcasts isn't going to actually do anything. You know, it's like
I got my football team is coming on. I got to watch the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have time for this.
I mean, that's a sad thing.
But I mean, that's exactly right. It's taking care of.
Well, not only that, but like people,
Oh.
and even just thinking about football fans, there's people that love football, but there's people that hate other people because they happen to love football and it's the opposing team.
Dude, let me tell you, I will never go to a football game ever because I went to watch the Denver Broncos and there's so many drunk, retarded people that just want to fight because you're, you know, even if you're not with the other team, the opposing team, even then it's like, oh, you don't like my team, so you know, let's fight in the parking lot.
That's that mentality. That just let's just fight in the parking lot.
Yeah. It's almost like there's way too many people that still want something to fight about.
That barbarian instinct, man. It was only 2,000 years ago. You know, less.
Right?
That's true.
The Steelers suck.
Fight in parking lot.
And James has his Cleveland Browns shirt on right now.
That's right. That's right.
It's funny you say that because one of my best friends said that to my brother-in-law one time. He just walked into the room and he's like, "Steelers suck," just joking, just fucking joking. And he was ready to throw down. He almost like punched him. It was so weird to see.
Oh, it's not even that.
It's baffling.
I've seen people flip the fuck out if you talk bad about like LeBron James or a specific individual.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, is he like your?
God.
Are you?
Do you know him?
Family? Like, do you know him? Like, do you hang out with him on the weekends? Like,
right?
What drives you to have that type of compassion for another human being when you have no connection with them other than you are watching them on a TV screen from your house?
And that's why there's millionaire YouTubers and people on Instagram.
Don't get me started on Logan Paul. That motherfucker.
Logan Paul?
Dude, don't even. It doesn't even matter any name. Like it's.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But you're right. We had a conversation. We had a conversation ourselves because we have, I have a podcast and a YouTube channel. We have about 2,000 subscribers, and we've been trying to build that over a couple of years. And with Logan Paul, it's like you watch his content, and we really try to put a lot of technicalities and craftsmanship in the stuff we do. We really try it, and we take the feedback that we get and we try to implement it and make ourselves better. When you look at someone like Logan Paul and you see his videos, especially his music videos, you're like, you just don't understand. All he does is gloat about what he has and what he bought, and for some reason, I don't know.
You're scratching your head at the end of it, like what?
Well, these kids, they idolize him, they look up to him, and I guess it's because he has all this swag and he's rich and stuff, and that's what they want to be like. But the reality is, I think that's really detrimental because as they get older, they're going to realize that, oh damn, I have to go get a job at fucking McDonald's because I had no skill.
Motherfucker looks like somebody left Owen Wilson out in the sun for too long. Like he got half melted.
Wow.
Yeah, I got 2 words for you, motherfucker.
Wow.
Well, I mean, even the fact that people know that name, like I'd like to live in a world where no one knows the name Logan Paul. Like just the fact that he went to the suicide forest and found it, like he got like put on the news because of that. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was on fucking purpose.
And
it was on purpose. It was on purpose because
called Aokigahara, actually. Okay, it's called Aokigahara. That's the Japanese name for it.
Thank you.
Yeah, the only reason why he submitted an apology is because he got caught. I mean, it's just like anybody gets caught red-handed stealing something or anything. Oh, I didn't mean to do it. It's just like pedophiles getting caught by Chris Hansen. Oh, I just came here to hang out, man. No, you didn't. Why do you have the booze? Why do you have a 24-pack? Oh, it's just for me. Just for me.
What if 8 dildos in the back of your head?
But in a way, wasn't it a smart idea? Because his name got put out there. And that's what fucking
I think he's too
matters.
dumb to realize that.
Wait, did Logan Paul? I haven't actually watched the video because I don't give a fuck about Logan Paul. But did he actually like make the body like dab? Like, did he make it like that or whatever? Because
I have no
can't,
idea.
Sometimes I can't fucking tell. I can't tell if people
Just
are
the
just
fact
fucking
that
around on Twitter. Or if
I
he
think
really
people are fucking
All
around.
my
I haven't
cousins
watched
that are
it, but
11 to 13, they all love Logan Paul.
I think the whole
oh
fucking
my
Twitter world has gotten
God.
so irony poisoned that I can't honestly tell if people are just like shit posting or if like shit
Yes.
like, really
And you
is
know,
do
it goes
something.
back to what we talked
sarcasm
about.
doesn't transfer through text.
It goes back to sports teams and it goes back to athletes. You know, these kids, these followers of Logan Paul, they will defend them to the end. They will they will blow up and they'll try to find your address and they'll try to ruin your fucking life over some dude they never met before in person. You know,
I'm gonna get swatted because like I fucking talk shit about Logan Paul.
oh my god.
It's total bullshit. It's total fucking bullshit. It's
all
drama.
bullshit. It's all bullshit.
It's
It
all a
really is.
distraction.
Everything.
Probably no, not everything.
I want to
'Cause
know where
I
they
think
keep getting
like
these
a
names for these
conversation
kids.
like this is not bullshit.
Like Logan Paul, like
Booty pie?